My name is Ian. People call me Vanessa. I am an international student and I'm from Vietnam.
My name is Tuan Lu, and I'm from Vietnam. I'm here as an international student in the States.
I believe I fit in here more than Vietnam. I have my freedom. I can do whatever I want. I can pursue my dreams for art.
I have seen myself grow independently. I could manage my lifestyle better. I've experienced a lot of memorable moments.
I'm living with my boyfriend, so he usually drives me to school.
To have a car, I know that it's really fortunate to be able to own a car and to go back and forth between school.
I believe my personality will be more fitted with the US more than Vietnam. I have new friends here, quite new connections. My schoolwork been doing well. All my friends are very nice. I love them. My close friends who are Vietnamese are nice too, and my boyfriend very love me and I love him too.
To have a girlfriend when you're living abroad is really lucky because you have someone to express your feelings and share your emotional support.
I have a dog named Bunny. He's a friend of mine. He's my son, he's my kid, he's my happiness. He boosts my spirit whenever I came home. But he's very naughty. Having a pet is exhausted because you have to feed him, you have to take him to the vet if he's sick, take him for a walk, teach him how to not be annoyed, teach him how to poop or pee in the right place. Usually international students, they won't have a pet because it will be time consuming for international students to cover all the things that they have to do in their life and also have to take care of an animal. Physically and emotionally, spiritually, I believe I've satisfied with myself right now and how I'm dealing with my problems and how life been treating me. To compare living here to Vietnam, I think the living cost is way more expensive. My mom is a single mom, so basically it will be much harder for her to cover up all the fees and also pay all my tuitions. I think the living cost here is quite high. It's much more higher than Vietnam. It's not that easy for international students to have that amount of money.
When you're a local student here compared to us international students, there are a few benefits because you can be living with your family, your parents. You could have like a family plan for everything. I think when you're a local, it feels more like home. It's more familiar.
I do wish Futsal would have a dorm. It will be much more convenient for international students to networking. If your school don't have a dorm, then find places that really near school. Things are very far apart. I purposely rent a place near my school to walk to school.
I used to think that I could walk everywhere or like just bike anywhere. The first 2 months was very challenging. For those students who do not own a car, they often choose to walk to school or they would buy like a scooter or a bicycle.
One of the things I like to mention is the paperwork for renting a house because there will be a lot of paperwork. I think also it's really hard for international students to rent a place, especially when they're under 18. I had a friend, she came here before me and she was 17 at that time. She didn't have a bank account, she didn't have a place, and she could not rent a place. It's also really challenging for me to keep contact with my family and my friends in Vietnam. When I sleep, they're awake, and when I am awake, they're asleep. In Florida, they have something called time change too. They don't have time change in Vietnam. I have many friends who study abroad around the US, and there are many stories I heard and I saw about racism and Asian hate, so that would be a problem.
I didn't really experience that much of a culture shock, but there are times where I thought something was supposed to be like this in my culture, but it wasn't. But I'd say it's a learning curve, and the more you go, the more you learn. For all of us who are international, we would have a program which is called the optional training program a year after graduation, and that would prepare you to have internships and have a job within your field of study. Then they would be able to sponsor you for a work visa, and that's how you would stay. Or another way is getting married to an American. And I personally do not seek to do that because I would try hard enough to find a job. There are a lot of job opportunities, especially for film students like me. As long as you are willing to go out and look for a job, there would always be a position that would suit you. Culturally, over here, people value creative work more than where I come from, and the way people treat each other are really nice. Whenever you're a student and you want to go study abroad, firstly, don't be afraid to speak up. Try not to get isolated. Don't get distracted by all the temptations around you, and especially when you're alone, right? You can have fun, but still think about the reason why you're here.
Studying abroad is a very challenging journey, and I believe you have to be independent. So take care of yourself, take care of your mental health is the important thing, and trying to improve yourself.